Hi friends, in the part 1 of this SQLite connector, what we are developing using Tkinter applications. So we had already discussed how we have browse and connect, create a new database, all we had discussed in part 1. In this part, we will see how this query window will use it and manage our tables or anything else queries we can run it. So let's just first connect to our database. So here it is, we have this we have discussed in part 1, MyDB. Let me just connect to one of the database. So once this is my path. So once I connected, all the tables inside this is displayed. All this we have discussed in part 1. Now you can see query window is enabled. Earlier it was disabled. So let me just click the query window. I have a query window now here. Now let me just write a query here. Select star from student. Okay, what I will do, I will intentionally, I am not writing the table name correctly. I am writing a student, so the table is not existing. So let's see how this error is handled. Moment I click it, no such table student. Actually, this error has come from the database. So I am whatever the error message is, I am displaying it here only. So now let's just make a correct table name student. So I'll submit this. Now all the records are displayed here. You can see that. Now let's just run a update query. Because it's a query window, we can run update, delete, drop, alter, anything we can run. Whatever query is accepted, we can run it. And the error message also will return. So just watch here, the row number 35, the mark here, ID 35, name, then class, then the mark and the gender. So we'll just change for some 3-4 records here, change the mark and see what happens in that case. Here note that mark is 83. So query window, now I'll run a update query. Update student set mark equal to mark plus 5. I am giving a where condition where ID is greater than 30. So here the 5 records 31, 32, 30, 34, these 5 records mark will be updated. Just remember this is 83, I think where it is. Yeah. So okay, now let me submit this. Now rows affected, 5 records are affected, so that I can also display. Now let's just verify it. What are the changes happened? Here is my query window. Let me select star from student. So we can verify, scroll down, here it is. So it was 83, now 5 marks are added. So this way we can run delete query, any query we can run it. We'll learn about how to add this query window and execute the query. We have already placed our button to trigger the query window at line number 41. You can see this button B2 is there. Now we'll connect event to this button. So we'll say command equal to lambda. Now I will say it will trigger a function myChild. This is to open the child window. Now we are not yet written what is myChild. One more concept here. Just understand here we had declared at line number 33 here. Sorry, at here you had declared one string variable and kept it at a root. This is where we will be storing our query. So frequently we will be passing the query from one function to other. So we have kept it declared it in our root of our script. So this function will use it. Now here we will write our myChild. For once your user clicks the query window, this myChild function will be. So we'll opening of child window. Fine. So this is just, I'll end it here so you can understand. Now inside this, let me just write diff myChild. So this function once this button is clicked, this function will be triggered. Now inside this, I'm just pasting little layout, all the text and all whatever it is. So let's just I declared the child window top level, and it's MyW is my parent window. This is the geometry, this size of it. You can change it, this one also, and it is little bit title. Okay. After that, I am just writing a text query at the top of the window. You must have observed, placing it in the grid. Then I am giving, this is T1 child is my text area where I will be entering the query part. So that same one, little width I have given here by giving column equal to 2. Now child in short tk, this line at 58, why I have added is, you can remove this line also to return the query while, suppose you have while opening. Suppose you have closed the child window, you have written some query. After the execution of the query, the child window will be closed. Next time when it open, you want the same query to be there, so you can edit that and work further. That's the purpose. If you don't want that, you can remove this line also. Now this B3 button is for submit. That's all. We have not created any event for that, and we have placed it. Now we'll do the thing that will let us add the event to this submit button. So let's just for this we'll write a event for that. So B3 button, now command, sorry, I had to give a comma here, command equal to lambda, because without lambda directly it will execute. So it's a way of writing a small line of code, child close. Now what I am saying is, another function I am just triggering, child close. We are not written so far. So this is child close I have written. Now it is in the place. So here inside that I am writing my function child close. So this function, this will do two things. It will close the my child window or the query window, and at the same time it will pass the query whatever I have entered to trigger to another to get the data from the database. That is, we'll keep it in a separate function. We'll see this now. So here I am saying SQL str. This is my string variable as we had discussed. This is in the root, line number where we have already 33. You see this? Sorry, see this? This is the one I am accessing. I am using the set method. I am setting means, set means that variable value I am setting, t1 underscore child dot get. Get means what the user has entered. I am just collecting it starting from 1.0. This is the position of the cursor till end minus, because I am removing the line break, so I am -1c I am doing. I'll just place it from within this. Whatever is there, you copy it. This line it does whatever the user has entered the text in the query window. It will be expected it's to a query. So that I am setting the value to our string variable. That's all it does. Now next line is important. MyData. This is a function I will be writing. What I am doing, t1 dot child get. The same thing whatever I have written at the top, 1.0. Now right from the starting till, sorry, within quotes, end -1c. Remove the line break. This will do that, and this I am passing it to another function MyData, which I will be writing it. I have not written it. So, and do one more thing, myw underscore child destroy. Fine. So close the child window. What we have not, I have not done is click this one. So this will give an error. So I am commenting this. So far what we have done, let's just test it. It will not pass any query anywhere. Let's just see how the child window opens up. I am just running this. Yeah, here it is. Now I have to connect my DB. Here I have connected. Open. Fine, I got connected. Now my query window. So this window has opened up. Now I can write anything, but nothing will happen. Okay, I'll just submit it. It will be silent, closed and silent, because this line number 63, I have to enable and create the MyData function. We'll write the function MyData to receive the query and execute it. So let's keep it here. So to collect data from database. Fine. So this is where we will be collecting it. Now for that, here is the function name. We have given it as MyData. Here you can line number 65. You can see it. Fine. Remind me that this line is commented. It will not trigger. We'll write it and see that. So let's just put it, define MyData. here it receives the query that as a parameter. So I will receive what the user has entered, I will receive it here. So in the query. Now what I will do, I will first, what I am doing, delete. Now 1.0 right from the starting, from the start character till end. Why I am deleting? Because this T1, what is T1? T1 you can see in my root window. Here is, where is my T1? Let me, it's my root window. I have a kept one B1, here it is at line number 49. This is the display detail, the display area where I am listing the table, showing all the rows and all, that one. I am removing if any data is already there. This is I have previously run a query, so that query data will be there. Once I add the data, before that I am making it clean, so removing all the data. Update. Fine. Now let me come and create the variable again, my output, and keep it blank. Sorry. Fine. My output is blank. I am not used it. Now t1.config. Why I am doing this? Because suppose previously there is something, error is there and the background is some other color. Let's make it white again. Again we can change it if there is error. So background I am putting it. Now I will use a try and catch block. So here it is, try block, and in the catch block I am using, sorry, not catch is in PHP, this is except block. Try except I am using, and I am writing it as a error. This SQL Chemie error I will get it from the top. You can see here I am importing at SQL Chemie error also at line number 2. So here it is. Now I have put it. Now let me just, my intention is I will enter all the query, keep it within the try area. So once if there is a error, it will be catch and it will be displayed. So for that I am saying record set. Record set means you call it record set or cursor, whatever you want. My connection. This is my connection, what I have established to SQLite. Execute query. So I am running the query now. Now here, for your understanding, I am just printing one string actually, query lower. Why I am doing this is, find, let me just select. It's because user may enter a select query or you may enter a update or delete query. Based on that I will be displaying the data. So for that I am just finding, is it a select query? It will return you 0 or 1. Based on that, it is actually not required by the part of the script. If, same thing I am writing, if query dot lower, all lowercase, dot find select. If it is select, means it's a select query, not equal to, here it is, I am writing not equal to, this is -1, then that means it's a select query. It's not update, delete and all these things. Now I have to display the records. Okay, there is some issue is here. For I'm just, let me complete this. For I in r set for I, sorry, here I missed a in. The cursor I am looping. So my output is at the top. I have declared it and it's a blank, is equal to my output again plus stri. Now again, sorry, at the end I had to add a line break because the records are there, so I had to add a line break here. Fine. So this is I am doing. What I am doing is, if it is a select query, show the records. If it is not a select query, then what? Let me bring it up. Here, sorry, before that, here it will be coming. Else my output equal to rows affected, because this I have understood that this is a select query, but this is not a perfect way of handling this. There is a lot of scope for improvement, but to keep it simple I am just row count, means how many rows are record. Suppose I have changed the mark, add mark to 5 mark, then the row count will return me the number of rows affected. This is a function, this will return me the number of 5 records are updated, 10 records are updated, all those details will come. So this will give me that output. If it is select query, then show the records. But you may ask me a question, say there can be an update record with select query also. So then in that case this will fail. There is a complex way of handling string. Suppose you don't want a delete query to be executed and or drop query to be executed, then you can stop that. Okay, that will be little complex string handling we have to do. So that part we are leaving. For our understanding of the basics, we'll stick to this now. But note that this will fail if a update query or along with a select query, these two are executed in one query. So okay, so this is done. Now the except part has come up. The exception, once it is if there is an error, this will come up here. Now let me just come to next line, write something. In here is the error handling. My output equal to now output error. Whatever error, just above whatever error I am getting from the database, I am to display it. Now here, as you know, we'll change the background color by using config. I will say bg equal to red. You can give any other color if you want. This is in the case of error. Let me just move up a bit. bg equal to red. Now here I don't suppose in case of error you should not rather disable the query window, because the user may try again. Say I have given student table name in a wrong fashion, so I may try again. So don't disable it. If you want, just write b2 config state equal to disable. Now after this, let's come out of this. Whatever be the state, t1 dot insert. I have to insert whatever is the output, tk dot end till end. Now my output is here. That's all. So this will in enter. So what I am doing it is here, once this function is called, delete all the previous data, then set my output background to white. Try this query, whatever the output. If it is a select query, execute this. If it is not a select query, how many rows are affected. But there is a lot of scope of improvement from at this particular point. How to handle delete query. You don't want someone to delete the query. You can do it here. Now the error handling, and finally whatever the string is, we are showing it here. But I told you to remind me that I have commented it here. So this line I am uncommenting now, because now my data function is ready. So here it is. Now my data function is ready. Now let me run this. We'll test once. So here it is. Now browse and connect once again. My underscore dv, just dv. Okay, fine. Now my query window is active. Now let me say select star from student. Now my query window will close, but the query will retain. Now submit. Here it is. So all the records are there. You can run an update query also. Update student set mark equal to mark minus 10. Or let's change the entire query without a where condition. Submit. Rows affected, because there is no where condition, so all the 35 records are affected. Now you can just check it also. If you are remembered the earlier, select star from student. Submit. Fine. So whatever it is got changed. Earlier, if I remember, it was 88, so now it has become 78. So all records are updated. That's all, friend. Next we'll move to how to handle individual tables, like how you are doing with say emptying a table, drop a table. Because you have query window, so you can create a table, we can directly execute it. So we'll handle that, and better way to use it, because we will be selecting a row here and then matching things we will be doing. So for that we'll try for a tree view here. So that will do it in the next part and thing. And if you have any question, doubt, suggestion, ideas to improve, please put it in your comment section here below that. So that will help us to further improve our script and work more on that. And I'll request once again, please subscribe to our channel and share with your friends and request them to subscribe also. And thank you for watching, and please subscribe.